Good evening, family, and welcome to this week's edition of What's Going On. I'm your host, Pastor Akin Bandele. It's good to see all of you tonight. We have an awesome program for you tonight. Invite your friends, invite your neighbors, call everybody you know, and just text them, let them know, hey, what's going on is on tonight in H-Town. It is cold out there. You see, you look at me, I'm bundled up. Even in my studio, I'm bundled up. It is cold. I had to keep a hat on my head to keep my head warm. It was 26 degrees when we woke up this morning, and all day long it's been cold. I've been out there. But I'm glad I'm home in the studio, ready for this great program tonight. Do me a favor if you are just scrolling by and you can see this video, uh, subscribe to our channel so that and then press that notification bell so that you'll be notified every time we come live on YouTube. We thank you for being part of our family. We have a great program for you tonight. I've got special guests with me on tonight. I've got my regular. I'm having Brother Jonathan Myers with us tonight. Amen. Brother Jonathan, good evening. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
Then I've got Sister Yolanda, Minister Yolanda Ford. God bless you. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Pastor.
Why are you looking tired? Get closer. You got too much light on your face. Girl, look at you.
Is it
You're,
the thing?
you're looking all tired over there. Get close to your screen, though. You look so
I'm
far.
on my I'm on my phone, Pastor. Hold on.
Okay. All right. All right. That's cool. You probably got that fruity phone, huh?
No, Pastor.
I don't tell you all about that Apple phone. I don't tell you guys you're not going to listen to me, but when they start biting you all in the butt and part of the apple is gone, you're going to see. Well, I also have, Brother Jonathan, do you have iPhone also?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, Lord, I didn't know you were fruity like that too. Lady Betty, how you doing? Talk to Brother Josh. Brother Josh, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
All right, all right. Welcome everybody. Hey, Brother Jonathan, before I start, do we have a baby yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet. All right, all right. I'm waiting for my baby now. Well, everybody joining us, just welcome. We're going to give you all a few minutes just to maybe reach out to your friends for them to join us on the program tonight. Well, Jonathan, how do I look? Do I look like a bad boy tonight with my head on?
Nah, you look like a bad old man.
Bad old. Well, tonight we got conversation. I've been looking at the what's going on with our young people, with our young adults, with marriages and dating. And I just noticed that all of these nice young ladies, Brother Jonathan, beautiful young ladies, talented young ladies, I mean, working young ladies with money and nice cars, they are dating bad boys. And by bad boys, I don't mean that they are horrible boys. I don't know, maybe I don't even know what I'm talking about. Bad boys are the boys that don't like to work. They like to sag their pants and they like to go shoot dice and play video games, and they think life is just a game. Okay, they are gamers. And young girls, these women seems to like bad boys or bad men. And the men that are really good, that have jobs, working at the gym, have their own homes, they cannot find a wife. But the bad boys, I'm marrying them and dumping them, I'm marrying them and dumping them. So that's what I want to deal with tonight. I know Why are you laughing? Sister, you marry a bad boy.
I did. I was married to a bad boy. Yes, I was.
All right, well, we're not gonna go there yet. I was just messing with you. I was just messing with you tonight. Oh Lord, she's already she's ready. She's ready tonight. But that's what we want to talk about tonight. Let me see if we have our family with us tonight. So if you are joining us tonight, let me see. Oh yeah, we got several people on right now. Well, family, welcome to our program tonight. I thank you all very much. Let me see. I have Fire Librarian. Good evening. Good evening. Mrs. Roberts, good evening. Vivian, good evening. Jam, good evening.
Oh,
Danae, I'm
damn.
waiting on the baby too. Danae say I'm waiting on the baby. I know you are. I know you want that baby too. Hey, listen.
Amen.
Your father say, sweetheart, get out, get out, get out. You don't pay mortgage here. I got another house for you. Come on out. Leave this house. You've been cozy for 9 months. Get on out of here and come meet us. All right. I see Hakeem 18. Welcome. Good evening. Hakeem 18. I was told you were feeling bad. I hope you're feeling a little bit better tonight. Amen. False accusations, Hakeem. We not even started the program here. Has he been defensive? He must be a bad boy. Well, let's talk about that tonight. Let's talk about that tonight. So we're going to do, and we're going to be fair. What do I mean by good women or good girls? In my perspective, I'm talking about women that have education, they are beautiful, they have a career, they have character, they love the Lord, they're trying their best to be celibate, to live for Jesus Christ. And, they get their hair done, they get the nails done. Some of them even get the booty done, they got it all done. And they're looking good and living well. They have nice homes and nice. But all they meet or all they attract, let me say, are bad boys. What do I mean by bad boys? I don't mean they are bad. They are handsome. They are fine boys. I call them pretty boys. And I call them pretty boys. They look good. And they have a little bit more muscles, but they don't have a job. They can, I mean, they some of them dress really nice. They dress really nice, but they want to just game. They like to play games on video games all day, all afternoon, all night. They like to be in the club and party because they don't really want, they just want to, boys just want to have fun. Okay. And I call those bad boys. Mainly because, not because they are bad, they are good looking, but they ain't got no job. They have no character about themselves. They are arrogant. And many of them are not even educated. They ain't all that, in my opinion. Okay. These girls fall in love with them. And that's what we want to talk about tonight. Why do good girls fall in love with bad boys? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with Brother Joshua. Brother Joshua, talk to me tonight. What do you think?
What do I think? Where do I want to start? I don't particularly think that the women are in particularly looking for the bad boy. I think there are characteristics of someone that you consider a bad boy that are attractive to women. So someone you consider a bad boy, obviously they feel like they would be protected around this person. They also feel like this person is not going to be friendly, so they may or may not have to deal with them being friendly with other women. Yeah, bad boy. I mean, it just depends on like what your definition of bad boy. That's what I think of. They're seeing attributes that they like. I don't think they necessarily are going after a bad boy, but what you're
Well,
considering a bad boy holds those characteristics that they look for. So like protection and things of
like
that
the one
nature.
that goes up their head.
Yeah, because they feel like if they were ever in a situation, he would go off his head about them.
Oh, so it's okay to give them black eye just to prove that when they're in the
Oh,
situation, that's it.
When now you moving the goalposts and adding stuff now.
Well, no, I'm not
we
adding
gotta
stuff. Brother Josh, Brother
yeah,
Josh, you
yeah,
were
you
with
added
me.
stuff. You didn't
You were with
you didn't say all of that though.
Well, you were with me that night. Remember, you were with me that night in front of our building when this woman was running across the parking lot, screaming for help. And this guy, who supposedly maybe her boyfriend or sugar daddy, I don't know, driving in
Mm-hmm.
a truck trying to run her down to kill her. And I guarantee you, at the end of 2 days, she's gonna be back with the same dude. Okay, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these women that are well-to-do, but they like these bad boys that go up in their head and give them black eye and kick them out of the house. They get mad and say, "Get out, get in my apartment, get in my house." I call them bad boys. Or they never go to work. I mean, they go to work, they waste all their money on drinking and partying and giving money to other women and womanizing. I call them bad boys. You know, I call them bad boys because they don't just devote to one girl, they devote to all the girls. Okay, so they are players. That's what I term as bad boys. So
Okay.
there's a lot of definition that I put into bad boys based on my counseling sessions that I've had with different people. To
Right.
me, if you don't have a job, you don't want to work, and you're always angry, want to beat up on your woman, and you're always demanding for your woman to cook, even when you ain't got no money, you ain't buy no groceries. You don't have a house, you want to make her a housewife. You have no character. You have anger issue. All you are is a pretty boy that can dress nice hat, nice pants, look good, but looking good but cannot provide for these women. That's what I'm talking about, bad boys.
So I'm not sure what bad boys you've been connected with, but the ones that I know, they actually do have money. Some of them actually do have jobs. Um, and what would be considered as they're doing well for themselves. They might have a
Joshua,
car.
I've got another person coming on my show. Please, I can see a trace of somebody playing with their camera. I want to say, guest, if I invite you to be on my show, please don't be late. If you're late, you're gonna have people seeing you setting up. So I don't know who that is. I just saw a flicker on my screen. But anyway, go ahead, Joshua.
No, yeah, I was saying the ones that I know, or some of the ones that I know, they have jobs, they have car or multiple cars, they have house or multiple houses.
Okay.
But there is an edge to them that I
Okay.
think
Okay.
again
Okay.
attracts women. I don't think, at least the educated women that you're talking about, I don't think they're going after somebody that they know is gonna give them a black eye, that knows that they want to be with multiple women. Now, are there women that out there that may accept those things? Absolutely. But I don't think
A lot
the
of them.
women that you're talking about are out looking for this bad boy that you're painting, this picture you're painting.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask Lady Betty. Lady Betty, talk to me.
Okay, as a woman, because of her purpose, she looks for a project. And many times, like what Joshua is saying, she's not expecting to be given a black eye, but she was designed to be a help. And so she looks for that project that she can work on. And
Oh,
so that's
wow.
why you might consider that she is choosing
Wow.
a bad boy.
Okay. So she decided to pick a project. I had a nice lady that was dating this guy. Then the guy went to prison. And she went to see him in prison every weekend, put money on his books. And when they released him from prison, she even borrowed money to buy a nice pair of pants for him and a nice Jordan shoes for him to walk out of the prison with. He came out of the prison and it was not even 3 weeks. He dumped the girl that took care of him for 4 years in prison. She actually went to the prison to marry him too. To me, I call that a bad boy that just put you on hold so that he got somebody to put money on his books, and he came out, didn't even stay within the marriage and went somewhere else. That's what I call a bad boy.
Man, how you
but
know
Lady
he
Betty
promised?
says some people like,
He
you know
promised
what?
all that stuff.
Hold on. Lady Betty, I think I agree with you. The person wanted the project because I ain't gonna marry no woman in prison. I don't care how much love. I don't know when you're gonna come out. I'm sorry. That's just me saying though. I'm not gonna marry a woman in prison, wait for them for 8 years of my life, and then they come out, they go marry somebody else. Divorce me and go marry somebody after I done took care of you in prison for 8 years. Came see you, put money on your books. Anyway, Sister Yolanda, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that from the perspective that you're talking from a person that's in his right mind. Most of the time when a woman is going after what we call a bad guy, it's because we're not in our right mind. We're not even thinking clearly, right? We're looking for that roughneck. You know what I'm saying? Looking for that person that he's rough around the edges. I don't want the smooth edges. I don't want the person that I can sit up and he can walk hand in hand with me. I'm looking because I'm not in my right mind now. But I'm looking for that person that's rough, that motorcycle rider, right? That's got the leather jacket on, got the leather pants on, he's got the hat on. He's rough. He's roughneck. And with
I
him
call him
being a
pretty boys.
roughneck, okay, he can be a pretty boy, but to be honest with you, Pastor, he don't even have to look good. He don't even have to look good. If he's got a nice car, what? What? You driving what? I don't care how you look. Let's go. Let's right now. Let me say this to the audience. I'm gonna talk before and I'm gonna talk after. So the one I'm talking now is before I got into my right mind. That's not the mindset I have now. I'm just talking about the experience I've had because I've had some rough, what you call them, bad boys. I've had some bad boys, right?
Okay, we're gonna come to that. I'm gonna ask those questions
Okay.
later. Yeah, I'm
Okay, so
gonna come
all
to
right,
that.
so
Let me
all
go
right.
to Brother Jonathan. Brother Jonathan, what do you think about this? You know, bad. I mean, good girls liking or falling in love with bad boys.
No capping.
Man, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
we can't. Why? It's hard to say. It's like, why are we mad? We can't be mad at bad boys. Like, we got to be talking to these women at this point. Like, they are making the
Okay.
decision. It's something about these guys that attract them. Now,
Mm-hmm.
this maybe it's the confidence. Maybe it's the fact that if I'm going off of what you're saying, maybe it's the fact that they tell the truth. They're honest. They're direct. You know how they feel. There's no beating
Mm-hmm.
around the bush. You can't control them. Maybe it's the masculinity. Maybe it's so many different things other than that come with the stereotype bad boys that women actually like. They know how to talk to women. They're smooth. Uh, they got a little edge to them. I just think it's more so like we got to talk to the women about how to pick better men. Because there's always going to be bad men and bad women to pick from. You just got to know how to decipher. A lot of the guys that are quote unquote good guys, they're boring. They're not funny.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to speak to women. They're awkward. They're weird. If we keep just saying, well, he got
Wow.
money and he got a good job, okay, then are we selling our women off or are we trying to actually make real connections? Like, what are we doing? So, we can't just say one guy got money and the other guy don't. At the end of the day, that money's gonna fade. But the attraction may always be there. The connection may always be there. So it's like a give and a take.
I
But
see. I see.
bad boys get a bad rep. They really do.
They need a bad rep.
They
They're
got
just
it bad,
misunderstood.
right?
They're just misunderstood.
All right. Well, Brother Jonathan, thank you. Somebody said the attraction some women feel toward bad men, that it can be influenced by various psychological and social factors.
Yeah.
For instance, excitement and adventure.
Yeah.
See, like you said it earlier, Brother Jonathan, bad boys are often they see them as more adventurous and spontaneous. They provide a sense of thrill and excitement that some women find appealing to them. Let me ask Brother Terry. Brother Terry, what do you think? Why good girls like bad boys?
It's all
Hey,
right.
Joshua, don't do that, Josh. Y'all just couldn't wait, huh? Sorry I'm late, everybody. Thank y'all for letting me go last. I'll say this much. Here again is another generational topic, right? Because we have different generations represented on this panel, and a leather jacket motorcycle driver is probably not going to be the today's generation of bad boy, but that was perceived as the bad boy, so we understand that the point of view from that. Today's bad boy and why young women like them. It goes to one general topic. In society, we're led by societal things. And in our society, the biggest influence of our society is music. Music has detoured the perspective on so many things, whether good or bad for whoever's listening. And because of music, music has made the bad boy the hero of today's movie, right? In most movies, the bad boy is the hero now. You don't have the nice guy hero anymore. You got vampires and witches and warlocks as heroes today. So going back to this question, Pastor, and ladies and gentlemen on the panel, it is a societal itch. Some have found out that it worked for them, and some have found out that it has not, depending on where the view of that bad boy was. If the bad boy was, if he's robbing stores or he's doing things that are deviant, then of course, as a bad boy, women may have had an attraction for him, but they've lost it because they see what he's doing. But if his bad boy image is just that he smoked weed and he liked to listen to his music loud, but he's loyal and he take care of his kids and he cooks, she may look at it from a different point of view. So I think that it has a lot to do with the viewpoint. That's my answer.
I see. Let me go to my audience. Somebody said, how old are they? Well, they are between the age of 18 and 40. 18 to 40 or 18 to even 50. I've seen them at 50. They're not married. They're driving Ferrari. They got 10 kids with 10 different mamas, but they drive a Lamborghini and those girls fall for it. And then when he goes up their head, he dumps them, gets somebody else because he got the car. He got he's got the fan base. He's got TikTok. He's got IG, millions of viewers. So they go for that. Then she said, my son is a good man who has himself together but cannot meet any good woman. That is strange. Okay. And then she said he's also educated, has a good job, work hard, and mentors children and help them to get into colleges, but cannot find a wife. And then Hakeem 18 said, is it harder to find a good man or a good woman? I think it's harder to find a good man. Mainly because, I'm going to tell you why. A lot of our men are either locked up in prison unjustly, or many of them are dead. So you really don't have a lot to pull from. Many of them are also married. So you don't have a lot to pull from. And my daughter was having a singles event where she wanted 50 people to come in. Man, she could get 40 women to sign up to come. She hardly could get 2 men. And all of these single men that say they are single, they are not dating anybody, but she couldn't get them to come to the event. So she literally canceled the event. She said, Dad, I'm going to cancel that event because it seemed like there's a lot of girls out there that want a real man, a good man that loves God, wants family, wants to work and provide for the family and grow, but they just don't seem to find the right guys. Danae says, say that, First Lady, we are drawn to those who need the nurturing. Well, see, now I'm hearing, these are women that are talking now. See, she said women seem to be drawn because they are nurtured. The nurturing in them says, let me see if I can help him. Let me see if I can not groom him, but maybe if I cook for him, if I show him love, he won't be so angry. And maybe if I go to work and bring the money home and he's not stressed out, he stays home playing video games, maybe I can nurture him to where eventually he will get a job. It's just a woman's nature. Sister Deneda, she said, Lady Betty is saying the same thing. That is just a woman's nature to want to be a nurturer to somebody that's in need or in chaos. And then Hakeem 18 said that's a little more than a bad boy, Pastor. Are you a bad boy, Hakeem 18? Tell us the truth.
Yes.
Jem said, I'm not mad at anyone who was in prison either. I wouldn't either, Sister Jem. What is a bad boy? Cuddy, we told you the bad boys are the ones that, but Joshua just educated, there are two types. There's some bad boys that have money. It may be drug money, but they got money. It may be basketball money, but they got money. It may be football money, but they got money. But they are bad boys in the sense that they beat on women, they abuse women. And they have money, they have nice cars, but they abuse women. And they are not going to stay with you. They're not going to be loyal to you. They go to the clubs with you, then they leave you there and take somebody else home. So, and then we have the second one that ain't got no job. He's just a pretty boy with no job and want to just play video games all day. Ain't gonna go, she's not going to go to work. And he smoke weed all day or get drunk all day. And then when he gets drunk, he goes over the woman's head, start beating the woman. And the woman will leave and come back to them. And I've counseled a lot of girls like that. So that's what we mean by bad boys. Boys that either have the two sets, the one that got a lot of money, a lot of fame, nice cars, women gravitate to them, whether they are handsome or ugly. Now, the ones that are pretty boys that are very handsome, they ain't gonna go to work. They don't want to keep a job. They don't want to really take care of no woman. They just want to have fun all day long and shoot dice and smoke weed and get drunk and go to the clubs. You got those too. So we got, Joshua really educated us, and Brother Terry also said it, that there are two sets of bad boys, if we just quote unquote bad boys. So women will see the red flags and they will ignore them. That women see the red flag while they are dating them, that is a bad boy. But they will ignore it because they like the excitement. They like that it's spontaneous. I talked to a young girl that would love to have a good man. But what she told me was the fact that the man that she's really in love with, he's really handsome, nice, dresses nice, smells good, and keeps a good, decent job, but got anger problem, attitude problem, loves to flirt around sometimes and do all that stuff. And then the ones that are nice to her, that have nice cars, have a job.
Yeah, that's the one she don't want.
Is not attracted to them. She don't want them. She told me literally, I don't want them. But she said they're not fun.
They're too
dry. Like Brother Terry said, they're too calm. They're in the friend zone.
That's my brother.
They be picking them.
Claudia J said, is there bad boys in 2025? You bet your life, you bet your bottom dollar. Yes, there are many bad boys in 2025. Vivian, they might be a bad boy, but have not been developed to be they have not been developed to be the good husband. That's what Danae and Lady Betty was saying, that women tend to be nurturers and they will take care of them. I don't want a bad boy, but I can't stand a boring man either. Well, most good men are many good men are boring because they go to work, they come back, they chill. They're not spontaneous, they're not fun. So
that's
some
false.
women don't like that.
That's false.
That's false. What do you mean by that, Josh? What do you mean that's false?
Well, first,
that's what this woman told me. This woman told me if this guy was not boring, that she would have really dated. He said, but he's boring. He's just set in his way. He goes to work, he comes home, goes to the gym, work out at the gym.
So what is she doing? So what is she doing to help him not be boring?
Exactly.
That's where you're going back to help again.
Thank
Like
you.
what? Like
Help me not be boring.
yeah,
Well,
like
she told me when she asked him, "Come on, let's go to this party." He don't want to go to the party. Want to read a book, a self-development book.
It's
okay,
a
so read the
party.
book. So
Huh?
Who
read the
wants to go
book.
to a party?
Joshua, what did you say? I can't hear you.
I said, so read a book with him
Okay, I think you are
because
your
because
iPhone is breaking up.
I said read a book with him
All right, Joshua, you are breaking up.
Oh
Are
no,
we
we hear
No,
flowing?
him.
we
Are
can
we
hear.
doing
We
well?
can hear him.
We can hear him.
We can hear
Okay,
him.
Joshua, what did you say?
I said read the book with him. Y'all discuss a book, get some knowledge and education together. Because if you go out to a party, then you're gonna be upset if other girls are peeping him and other girls want to talk to him. Now you're
She
upset.
doesn't want to read a book with
That's
him.
that's not it, man. That's not it at all. It's what it is that they pick. Nobody turns into something in 5 minutes, right? I mean, come on, y'all want me? I know I'm late, but y'all know how. Ain't nobody gonna turn into that in 5 minutes. If you already,
Exactly.
everybody's problem is this, Pastor. This is what the most people deal with in most cases. They get a guy, they start liking him in certain areas, but they're not doing a real full research about him as a whole person. You don't meet a man in her case, and I'm glad we don't know the name, but in this person's case, you don't meet a man and then find out he's boring, but you already love him. That don't happen. What it is, you loved him or you liked him in another area a lot that you thought, okay, that'll grow, or we'll I can deal with it. Let's say, for example, because he didn't like to go out, Jonathan and Joshua. Now I can go out a little bit. Now I've gotten a little older though. Now I look at all my girlfriends that I used to go out with, they got their man. Well, by the time I realized that, now I look at my man and go, dang, my man don't go do nothing. Well, for 2 or 3 years as he was your man, because you didn't need him in that particular area, it didn't really hit you. But now that your other girlfriends are saying, "Hey, we're gonna all couple up and meet out at the restaurant," y'all know as we get older, we start doing that, and then guess what? Your man is boring. Now you comparing your man to her man, and you looking at her man going, "Man, I wish he was more like Jonathan. Jonathan cool and work
No,
out.
you
My
don't.
man don't do nothing." And we start doing all that. So now you come to the forefront talking about Pastor. I really like him, but he boring. Girl, he been boring. Go sit your butt down. He been boring. You liked him when he had his boring butt, and now that you comparing him to your other partners, now you want to be mad because he boring. He been boring. Stop
But
comparing your man.
but
Stop comparing
Terry,
your man.
I
If you love
also
him, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lady Beth.
But Tarek, I also think that even though you're willing to accept some negative things about someone, you're expecting a change. Okay. Even though I know that you are boring in that area, I'm thinking that because I'm this help, that I can bring some excitement into your life, that eventually you won't be this boring person. And another thing I want to say is sometimes maybe the society has now changed, but when I was coming up, the men chased the women. And it wasn't necessarily the woman that was choosing these bad boys. It was the bad boys that was choosing the good girls. You know, my sister had told me this one time. Why we got to accept those that choose us? How come we can't do the choosing? Because, like you said, society has changed. But in our era, the men would chase after us. And most of the time, it would be those men that were really bad. And because they may have been the only ones that were chasing after us, so we accepted them. It wasn't like it was a decision on our part. We just accepted who came to us many times.
I'm gonna go with Brother Terry on this one, only because he was born when you met him. But because you indicated earlier, Sister Betty, that it's a project, and you're right, sometimes we feel like we can change him. Because when he
Yes.
set up and told us, "Come on over to my house, let's watch a movie on the couch," he was a couch potato then. It's
Yes.
just that now you feel like, okay, you want to do some other things differently, but we we have to realize we can't change them. You know what I'm saying? We can't come in and actually change a person because we feel like he's a project or because we feel like there's some characteristics about him that we don't necessarily like. Doesn't quite work that way.
Well, let me say
I'll throw
this.
this out. I'll throw this out there too, Sister Yolanda, just to add to what you said. I was enjoying the couch with him as long as no one else was in my vicinity that made me feel like enjoying the couch was bad. It goes back to when we were young. We didn't know we were poor until everybody else told us we was. See, as long as I was with you on the couch, that was what I needed from you at that time. However, as I evolved, Lady Betty, and I started being out in society more, started getting other friends, and I changed.
Come on.
So did he change or did I change? And now my change should be his change. And since my change is not his change, guess what happens? I now look at you, even though I love you, and say,
Yeah,
"Are
we're
you
losing
the
Brother
man
Terry.
I'm supposed to be?" Uh-huh.
We can
No,
No,
we're
still
not.
Pastor,
hear
I think it's something with your phone.
because
Okay,
we can still
okay,
hear Pastor. We
Oh,
can
I can
still
okay.
hear
hear.
him.
Right.
Well, I was
Brother,
just saying that
I'm
change.
not on the phone. I'm on the studio.
Are you guys hearing me?
we hear
Yes.
Yes,
you
we
perfect.
are.
Okay. So the change a lot of times, Lady Betty, to your point, that when the person changes, see, a lot of this is one of the reasons that you should marry young and grow into that, because in today's world, you're getting people that have already developed a certain mindset. And that mindset is easy to put it on hold. For example, you may say, "Hey man, I've been lonely. I haven't dated in a while." Well, I met a guy. He's not that good looking. Maybe he's cool. He makes me laugh. I met him at work, and he works for you in your loneliness. But then you start your girlfriends and people start to call you. They start to show you other guys. Now you start comparing it, and that it works on both sides. So I'm not just saying it with the ladies. I think a lot of times what happens in our world is that the bad boy is now the new hero of our generation for those in that age bracket that Pastor gave. Where out in mine, because I'm in y'all generation, when you said that the bad boys, you guys got to realize this: if you grew up in a particular area, a certain kind of guy did not come after you because of the area or where you were from. So you got a lot of what was in your area more than you did but today's world is bigger. So today's
Okay.
world, you can get people from different areas, even though they're not in your area, from work, from college, from
Because of
wherever,
internet and social
from
media.
business.
Yeah.
I live in the hood, but I go visit my uncle Akeem and Aunt Betty over in this nice area. I can meet a little lady over there now because I'm my cousin Joshua outside. So I don't have to be from that area anymore. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
before you had a lot of self, put together communities where that was all you kind. That's why you have baby mamas and baby dads that know each other, and he got a baby with her and a baby because it was in an enclosed area. Today you got a bigger world. So I
All of them
think
are in
that
the same. All of them are in the same hood.
yes, but in today's world it's bigger. So
Right.
your
The scope.
reach is different, and now you have more to compare your guy to, which I agree. You have more to compare.
All right,
Before, Lady
all right,
Betty, you
guys.
didn't
I
have
need
as
I
much.
need to go to my channel. Thank you, guys. Let me go to our viewers. Uh Twyla said, "Women love a challenge, which
Yes.
leads to trouble." Women love a challenge, which leads to trouble. That's from Twyla. And then James said, "I'm not having any keys for anyone now, so it doesn't have to be handsome. Just has to be a good character, a God-fearing man, and knows how to treat me." Uh, uh, James said, "Joshua does not get it. He's young."
Okay.
Joshua, they say you are young. You don't get it.
Okay.
Hakim 18. Hakim 18 said, "James, you want more than that. Young and old women have been here centuries. Nothing is new under the sun. We got the answer. People just don't like the answer." Oh boy, I don't know what you're talking about now. Anyway, people change every day. Claudia says people change every day. Ashley Marie, opposite attract. Now, that is
That's a
something
good point.
that is a good point. Ashley Marie, thank you very much for that good point. Opposite attract. If I'm a godly woman and all that stuff, I probably want a bad boy because we are opposite. We don't go to the same church. We don't see eye to eye. So
What the
because we
Bible
are
tell y'all about that?
Oh, huh?
What the Bible tell y'all about that?
Tell them what the Bible say about that, Prophet Joshua.
It said, "Don't be unequally yoked."
Oh,
is
Bishop
what it
Joshua.
say.
Bishop Joshua said, "Don't be unequally yoked." That's right. Man. That is right. You're right about that. That's the word of God. Thank you, Josh. Vivian said you have bad boys that are businessmen. Show him how to do it legally. Make sure he was going to change or something like that. He was to change. Well, basically though, many good girls, many bad boys, they exude confidence. I believe one of you said it earlier, which can be very attractive to women.
Very true. Very true.
It's because of their confidence and their charisma.
Yeah.
So their charisma can draw these girls in, making them seem more appealing than those who are more reserved. And then somebody said rebellion. So women are attracted to the idea of rebellion against societal norms. They don't want a normal man. They want a crazy man. Because of their rebellion, a bad boy can represent freedom and a break from the conventional lifestyle. And then there is they said complexity. Bad boys often have complicated personalities. And some women may feel drawn to the challenge of understanding or fixing them. Sister Danae mentioned that earlier. Then they say cultural influence, the movies. People say that the movies, the music, the books, the media, they often make romance the idea of bad boys, portraying them as misunderstood or passionate individuals, which can influence perception.
That's a good comment. Whoever made that, that's a good comment.
Lastly, they say self-discovery. Relationship with bad boys can serve as a way for women to explore their own desires and boundaries, leading to personal growth. So let me ask you all this. We're going to go on personal level now. Sister Yolanda, you ever like bad boys?
Yeah, Pastor. Absolutely.
Yolanda.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me, Pastor? I'm here.
Tell us about your bad boy.
That's that Android.
We can hear you now. I thought you were online I thought you were online with a bad boy because I saw you looking at your screen.
No, Pastor. I'm here. I heard you the first time. Yeah, I have had my experience with bad boys, and I was attracted to my bad boy for different reasons. I wanted to be cool, right? I didn't want a nerd. I didn't want somebody that was in a corner. So I was attracted to that bad boy, that edginess. So with that being stated, he had a nice car. He had the music, like Brother Terry was talking about. He had that music going, he had the nice car, and that had nothing to do with him as a person or an individual, because it found out that he was a hustler, right? He just wanted to hustle. He didn't want a real job. He just wanted to see what he can do to get the money on the cool, right? Whether it was, on the corner, whether it was slanging, whatever it was, that's just what he did. And I was okay with it, because I wanted to be cool. You were cool. You were in the know with that point. But I want to make a comment on something that was said earlier. I think a lot of times we as women, we will suppress what we really want, right? We really want the excitement, but we'll suppress that, and we'll go through the normality, we'll go through the format, but then after all of that wears off the sugary wears off, and we realize what we really have, we become dissatisfied. And now that we're dissatisfied, now we want to move around. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't like sports, but I would sit here and watch a sports game with you just because I want to get to know you. But now that I've got you, not so appealing now. Now I want to do something else. I want to go out. I want to do this. I want to do that. And you don't want to do it because you are a couch potato, right? So it's like we grew apart, but we never did grow apart because we never were together. Kind of like what Joshua said, we're unequally yoked. There was nothing we had in common anyway, but I went along with the game because I wanted to get you just to be cool.
I see. That's Lady Betty. You have any experience with bad boys?
And yes, I have. But for me, I was not out there looking for a bad boy. Okay. And when they presented themselves to me, it wasn't that of a bad boy. They was this perfect gentleman. I used to say a term like this until they got me in that web. Okay, like that little fly inside of the web, until I got entangled and wrapped up into them, is when I realized this is a bad decision, but I'm already tangled up in it. But the way they presented themselves to me, oh boy, they was the sweetest thing, opening doors, buying candy, bringing flowers, taking you shopping and doing all these things. And then when you turn around and be this bad person, I'm wondering, what happened to you? Where is the person that I met? This is not the person I met, but you know, they can only perform for a certain amount of time. And this is the type of people that I met and that came in contact with me. They did not present themselves as a bad boy. Because I can tell you some good things that they've done. And then once after, I would say I was entangled up with them, and then I'm already hooked now. And I'm constantly looking for that good person that I met. And it was taking time for me to break away from this person because they didn't present themselves that way.
I see.
That's good. That's very good. Very
Let me
good.
ask Joshua. Joshua, were you ever attracted to a bad girl? Or were you a bad boy?
No, I'm not built like that. I would say, was I attracted to a bad girl? I mean, it just depends on what your definition is. Did I like
bad girls, party animal? They're
no,
quiet
because
when they get to the club. When they get to the
I mean,
club, they're walking, and then after they have about 3 drinks, they throw the shoes off, stand on top of the table, and shake it like, you know, like shake their money maker.
I mean that's not in my character, so I wouldn't attract that type of woman anyway.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say bad in that way. But in our generation, what we would call somebody, we would say that they're toxic. So
Okay, okay,
yeah,
okay.
so somebody that might pick arguments on purpose, um just so y'all can make up after, or somebody who is constantly checking up uh on you um in a way that makes you feel like, okay, I'm wanted more than anybody else because this person is hot on my trail. Like they want to know where I'm at, they want to know what I'm doing, they want to be in the mix and everything like that. So that is part of it. But again, I'm different, so I wouldn't say I was attracted to that. Have I dealt with it?
Okay.
Yes. But I wouldn't say that I was attracted to that.
All right, bro, Jonathan.
What's up?
Are you a bad boy? Or were you a bad boy? Past
I
tense.
mean, past tense. I mean, we still everybody got a little bad in them. Once a bad boy, always a bad boy.
Yeah.
Like you, like I am who I am. you know.
Okay. Have you dealt with bad girls then?
Absolutely.
But have you dealt with good girls? Have you dealt with good girls that you treated them as a bad boy?
Absolutely.
Okay, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
but see
Okay.
what Josh was saying, like it was like real. It was right. It was like you know the bad girls like they check up on you. They ask you what you're doing. It's exciting. I'm just sorry. It's just exciting. Life. I just like excitement. We got to be honest. I love when Sister Yolanda took accountability. She said, "I wanted to be cool. I didn't care what he did, how he got his money. I didn't care that he had a nice car. We just got to be honest. We like this
Yeah.
stuff. It's
The
exciting.
excitement,
It's
yeah, the
it's
excitement.
exhilarating. Yeah, she may cuss me out, yell, all this other stuff. Like I deal with some crazy, but it was exciting. But I also learned, and I think that sometimes women and men have to go through their bad phase to know what they don't want also. And sometimes you are grateful. Like once you escape that bad, like I've had some relationships, I thank God I'm not in them no more because I learned now, and I think women do the same. Some of them you don't want them to go down that road, but some of them have to go down that road, and once they go down that road, they're better on the other side. So I enjoyed it. I'm glad where I'm at right now. It's like
Not you
I like.
enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, man, it's exciting. You know. Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, it's like a roller coaster ride, man.
Yeah, man. Kept you on your toes.
Well, okay. All right. Yeah, somebody's Danae said bad boy baby.
Yeah, man.
All right now. Okay, let me see. Bad boys will always be in style. Hakeem has to be a bad boy. Hakeem 18.
Who is
He
that?
has to be a bad boy.
Yo, cousin.
Oh, he
Oh,
bad
is
for
that?
sure.
Oh, really?
He bad for
Huh?
sure. He bad for
He
sure.
bad for sure. Oh, is that who
Yeah.
that is?
Yeah.
Oh
He
my
used to be
goodness. I
bad. He
mean,
used to be bad. We used to be bad together.
okay. Jam, I was never attracted to bad boys. I was always attracted to intellectual men. Even when I was in Jamaica as a young woman, I was only attracted to intellectual men and no bad boys.
See, Pastor,
Yeah.
this is where I was talking about how we go left with saying bad boys. There are some intellectual bad boys as well.
That's
Like
right.
that's why I say, like, when I first answered, like, you started adding stuff onto this bad boy list. And it like Brother Tarek said, it could just be a generational thing. But again, there are some business and Fortune 500 company businessmen who are bad boys. So
D-line.
this this idea that a bad boy has to be putting his hands on you, this bad boy has to be selling drugs, this bad boy has to be doing these quote unquote negative things, that's not the case. And the same goes for
That's not
women. They don't.
always the case. Yeah.
The same goes for women. They don't have to be cussing you out. They don't have to be overprotective or overly checking on you to be a bad woman, bad girl, whatever you want to call them. I think when I say bad, I'm talking about I guess I'm more speaking on your characteristics, and sometimes even how you were brought up. Some people can't help that they have that edge. The edge is what helped them through life. And so that's just who they are. And so, yeah. But I just feel like when we say bad boy, we just go to the most drastic thing of a bad person versus somebody might just not tell you the truth. They'll never tell you the truth. Like, to me, that I would consider that a bad woman or a bad man.
Somebody asked a question, is Elon Musk a bad boy?
Absolutely. He got like 10 baby moms. He got like 13 kids.
How many kids?
He got like 13 to 12 kids.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he only had one son that became a transgender or something like that.
He got multiple baby mamas. He got a whole bunch of kids.
Man,
okay,
he's not a bad boy. They wanted that chick.
That too.
Ooh, Brother Josh.
Oh my.
That's a big one. That's a
They
big one.
wanted that check.
Oh my.
Okay. Well, what about your uncle, Brother Jonathan, Uncle Trump? Is he a bad boy?
Yes,
We
but
got quiet over there, huh?
no, I didn't get quiet. Yes, but I think what it is about bad boys, they tell the truth. They care more so about their feelings. They live by their own rules. You're gonna fit into their life the way that they want you to fit into their lives.
Oh,
Like bad
wow.
boys, we have just, it's us first. And I'm speaking past tense, but it's us first. Like, you fit in this particular place. I'm going to tell you the truth no matter how ugly it is. You either deal with it or you don't deal with it. And I think more so the honesty, women also, is something that they love. They love the fact that these men going to tell them straight up how it is. Like, they're not going to sugarcoat it. They're not going to simp for you or anything like that. So, yeah, in that sense, yes, Uncle Trump is
a bad boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Ashley Mary said, I feel like the devil brings bad boys to good girls to distract them from the will of God. That's why it is very important to find someone that's on your level so that you are equally yoked, like Brother Joshua said. Those women chase after money and the cars, but they know they are unequally yoked, and then they start crying to pastor, saying they didn't know all along. Like I believe Brother Terry said it earlier. No, they didn't just turn on a dime. You knew what you were getting into.
If you miss church
Sister
if you
Jem.
miss church on Sunday, I talked about it. So whatever you attracted was already in your heart. I'm just put it like that.
Okay, all the bad boys that miss church on Sunday, Brother Joshua, Bishop Joshua. Okay. Hakeem 18, I was a bad boy, but now I love the Lord. Hakeem 18 said, Jem must be single. Yes, I know Jem is single. She's single again or single, but not a single at 30. She's over 50. So, but she's single.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hakeem, that's right. That's right. Hakeem 18 said, bad boy doesn't mean jail or trouble.
That's right. True.
Can somebody say that again?
That's true. It doesn't.
We're agreeing with you.
He just confirming the generational side of it. That's all. Because in y'all generation, a bad boy was the thug that beat up women and did abusive things. In this generation, the bad boy is just a guy that has rough edges and he doesn't do things in the normal line of what you consider a cookie cutter way of doing things. So the bad boy of today is a different view as the bad boy of yesterday.
Yeah, but each person experiences actually, each person's experiences and preferences, they are unique. They are unique. I mean, I dated some bad girls in my life. And I was a good boy for a long time, but I was abused. I was talked about. I was used. I was called ugly. I was called dumb. And, I faced my education and everything. I had a car and all that. But then the girls that don't like me, if I see them later, they got black eyes with this guy that I see them with at the parties. And I'm going, who gave you the black eye? My boyfriend. I've never put my hand on a woman. I think that's it. You're a coward. If you have to beat on a woman, go beat another man of your size. So, but some of these women, they like that rough treatment. And some of them even like that rough treatment when it comes to sexual intimacy.
Watch it, Pastor. Watch it, Pastor. Watch it now. Watch it.
Watch it, Pastor. They want the bad boys to the call that they can hang off of the chandelier and twist and with they want handcuffs to the bed and all that stuff. I mean, some women and some men, they just go way out there. But anyway, I don't. Let me see if I see any more comments on here, and then I'm going to come to each one of you. Can you image Pastor as a bad boy?
Not at all.
Hakeem 18 second. I really wasn't a bad boy until somebody really, really, really hurt me deep, and I thought, you know what? It's no fun being a good boy. So
that lasted for 2 days.
Pastor, you're not a bad guy, Pastor.
Well, I really tried to be though. After I was hurt.
Yeah, you tried. You're not built like that.
I tried to be.
Yeah, that's not you. You're more on the nerdy side.
Sister,
you're on that side.
It's amazing when you get hurt really bad that you figure out, you know what? I'm a nice person. I've been, a nice one to this lady and all of this stuff.
I can't believe y'all. I can't believe y'all. Do y'all really think that what man or woman don't have a bad boy or bad girl in them?
Come on, say that. Say that.
It doesn't
mean Brother Terry, I did not till I was 24.
Man, you used to drink Long Island iced tea, sell weed in the club.
I was 25 at that time.
If you put that young man right now in the world and you say, man, I sell weed in the club and I drank, they're going to say that's a bad boy.
Hold on. All that did not happen until I got hurt. You're not listening.
I'm saying that for
I became a bad boy.
I'm making a point that there is in you, that there are things in you that are rough and that you may not be very, proud to say you're allowed to be in your world for a small period of time, a long period of time. And because the term bad boy is given, like Joshua said, it's been stretched to mean so much that in this conversation that is, some of the viewers are hearing it from the men that hurt them. They're not even talking about the bad boy like we would see, like a ruffian. They're just talking about a man who didn't love them back, who
Yeah.
use and abuse their
That's
body,
what it
who
is.
use and abuse.
Yes, come on.
That's
They're
what it
not really
is.
talking about it from, oh, he was a thug and he packed a gun. They don't care about he
Right.
packed a gun. He treated
Yep.
me
Right.
bad. I gave him my love, and then I looked over there and he
Come
was a
on
prostitute
here.
at my neighbor house. You know, that's a bad boy to them, man. You
Come
know,
on
so
here.
you know, we do. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm doing my best to try not to say. 'Cause I don't want to take over. And, you know, Pastor don't let me talk long. But Pastor, you never asked me if I was a bad boy, so I want to tell you before
I'm
you
gonna
ask me.
ask you. I'm coming
Yes,
to
I
you.
was. And to
I'm coming
some,
to you.
yes.
Were you a bad boy?
I was what Joshua talk about. I was the intellectual one, and by me being that way, what I was is that but I was honest. See, I get teased a lot by
Honestly.
my friends. My friends, right? They say, "Man, how come your ex? All my exes hate me, T, but yours will go across the alligator water for you, even though y'all ain't together. If they married, I say, you know why? Because I ain't lied to them like y'all did. I ain't go
Thank
around telling
you.
them I love them and I didn't. I ain't tell them you my boo and they see me with somebody else. I say they my friend. Now I'm not proud of that. I'm married now. However, as the kind of guy was someone like yourself or maybe an older person in their life might have been like, that boy trouble. But I respected them. I treated them right. And Lady
Hmm.
Betty, as you know, as you guys were talking about y'all past, I was what Lady Betty was kind of describing the good, but I didn't change until I didn't start beating them and messing with their friends. But I'm saying I was probably considered a bad boy because
Mhm.
I didn't settle. I wasn't.
After I got hurt, my determination is I'm gonna hurt every girl that come in my life.
See, I never felt that way in my whole life.
I
In my
felt
whole
that
life, I
way.
never felt that way.
And I was 24 at that time.
Understood.
And I made
Understood.
a decision.
I knew people.
I
I
don't
knew
care how
people like
fine
that.
you are. I don't care how religious you are. I don't care how much money you get. If you come in my life, I'm going to hurt you.
Yeah, yeah. You was mad. You was mad.
You was
Yes, I
hurt.
And
was mad.
whoever
Right.
that woman was, need her butt whooped too.
You was big man.
Uh,
You was
uh,
mad.
Claudie J said, Pastor turned into a bad boy.
I don't
Oh,
believe
Mrs.
it.
Roberts said, Lady Betty rescued Pastor from the bad women.
I told you
Amen.
it lasted
Amen.
2 seconds.
All right, guys. I think my time is up tonight. I've enjoyed this. I really have enjoyed this thoroughly. And I thank you for your honesty. I really do. I thank you for your honesty. I thank you for your contribution to our program. Your views, your opinions matter to me, and it matters to our viewers. And I want to thank you all for being transparent, for being honest. Amen. But I'm going to give every one of you about 30 seconds before I close out tonight. I'm going to start with Minister Ford. Sister Yolanda, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. I would say that it's so important in today's environment that we look beyond what we just see on the outward appearance, right? We have to get deeper. And I can definitely admit that initially all I saw was the outside. That outside is what kind of gravitated towards me. That smooth, that silver tongue. We call him silver tongues. He knew the right things to say, knew the right things to act, regardless of what he was doing. Knew he didn't have a job. You're hustling. It didn't matter. But now it does. So just being able to look beyond what we see on the outside and being able to see that heartbeat of the man is really what counts now. I'll take a nerd any
All right.
day.
Thank you.
Mm.
Now you are older.
I'll take a
Stop the
nerd
cap.
any day.
Stop the cap.
Oh boy,
Quit
boy, boy.
lying.
Your son said, stop the cap.
Right.
Lady Betty, you next. 30 seconds.
Okay, for me, from what I've learned is things aren't the way they appear aren't always the way they are. Okay, because for me, it could look so wonderful and so right and could be so wrong. So you do need to take your time and not be anxious and get to know a person before you get entangled up with them.
All right. All right. Thank you, Lady Betty. Brother Josh, Bishop Josh. Somebody told my son that they call him Bishop Joshua.
I don't know why.
After that message on Sunday, I mean, I'm still getting calls
Nah, you
from
bishop.
members of the church. It is so weird. Brother Joshua, some people
From
send you
Juice.
some people send you some love offering, actually. I was looking at some of our money that came in on Sunday. You got more love offering than I did when I preached last week.
I'm grateful. I'm appreciative.
Brother Joshua, 30 seconds.
It's literally just gonna go back to what I spoke about on Sunday. Guard your heart.
Amen.
Regardless of your feelings, regardless of um your intentions or what you assume somebody's intentions are, guard your heart above all else. It doesn't mean to isolate yourself or to not be vulnerable with somebody, but it just means to be alert that this person that I met might be a representative. It might not be this actual person, that I'm going to or want to spend the rest of my life with. So do your research. Go beyond just I want to go to Steak 48 and Roof Chris and all of these places, and be okay with going to the park and having those conversations to actually find out who this person is on a real level for men and women. But yeah.
All right.
Amen.
Thank you, Brother Joshua. Brother, on my screen, I think the next one on my screen is Brother Myers. Brother Myers.
I just want to say that women's intuition is full of baloney. Like you women know every single thing, but can't tell when it's a bad guy. So I just want to say this one thing. Don't be ashamed of what you like. Don't be ashamed to go for the guy that doesn't have rough edges because a lot of them just need love. A lot of them are bad, but a lot of them just really need love. I would hate for you to settle for something that you don't really like and end up complaining in the end. So to me, go for what you like, learn the lessons, and then just do better. Don't settle. If you like somebody that's a little rough around the edges, a little crazy, that's okay. Just be smart about the situation, but don't ever settle because you're afraid or what people may think or anything like that. No, go exactly for what you want because I would hate for you to complain or anything or feel like you settle in a relationship. So go for the guys you actually want. That's all
All
I gotta
right.
say.
Thank you. And lastly, Brother Tarek, 30 seconds.
I would love to echo what Jonathan said in so many words, but I would say self-respect. Be aware that you cannot continue to go from person to person blaming them for who they are and never looking at who you are. So with that being said, I would just say to any, since tonight is the subject of ladies, and maybe we'll have a men's one, but since we're talking about ladies, is have a sense of understanding of your own worth, what it is that you are needing in your world, and don't allow passions or desires to lead you to a place that when you finally get there, you realize that you become the target of someone else's aggressiveness or their own misunderstood life. Because what happens is you pick a guy and you think you can fix him, and then all of a sudden you find yourself in situations that are unfixable for yourself. So I would definitely say make sure that you understand your self-worth, but also like what Jonathan said as well.
Amen. 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 Thank you
Amen.
all so very much. I want to thank all our viewers tonight. I see many of you commented. I want to thank you so much. The last comment I'm going to read is from Vivian. Vivian said, greed calls good girls to like bad boys. And also she said something about, we got these girls get involved with cars and money and all that, tattoos, and they get carried away with all that to where until they lose themselves. All right. Our fire librarian said this is a great discussion. I want to thank everybody, all our viewers out there. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for spending some time with us on this week's edition of What's Going On. Until next week, family, this is yours truly, Pastor Akin Bandele. Good night. God bless you.
Good night. Good night.